Hey guys, hoping all is well with everybody. In this video we're going to be going over vocabulary terms practice number 8. Now just as a recap guys, as we talked about a little while back, we're going to be, as we go forward with having more challenging words, we're going to be not only looking at their spellings and their definitions, what we're going to be starting to keen in on is their definitions part of speech. So if we have a multiple definition word, the way that it's used in its context for both of those definitions can be different. In one definition, it can be used as a noun. In a different definition, it can be used as a verb. So we're going to start to look at those differences and how they are used differently in different contexts, okay? And again, as always, guys, I'm going to let you know as we come across those multiple meaning words. So let's get started with our first word. Our first word is going to be the word anguish. Anguish is spelled A-N-G-U-I-S-H. And anguish's first definition, again, this is going to be a multiple definition word, guys. So this first definition of anguish is severe mental or physical pain and suffering. Okay, severe mental or physical pain and suffering. The second definition is, as we mentioned before, they can be different. So the second definition, its part of speech is a verb. So the second definition of anguish is to be extremely distressed about something. So the sample sentence that I came up with, the second definition in particular, is he anguished over how to reply to the vital email. Vital is something that is really important. So he anguished over how to reply to the really important email. So maybe he had a really big presentation coming up, or a conference, or something really important relating to his job. So that may have caused a lot of distress or anxiety. So that's why he was having a lot of anguish or distress about it. Okay, so this is our first word. Anguish is spelled A-N-G-U-I-S-H. Let's look at our next word. Okay, so number two is also a double meaning word, guys. It's going to be the word capacity. C-A-P-A-C-I-T-Y. The first definition of capacity is a noun. Again, it's a person, place, animal, or thing. So it's the maximum amount that something can contain. The maximum amount that something can contain. So for example, guys, in the summer when it's really hot and you want to cool off, you guys might have water balloon fights. And sometimes when you're at the spigot and you're trying to fill up the water balloon, it bursts before you even get a chance to tie it off. And that's because the balloon has reached its capacity. It can't go any higher. You can just imagine you guys trying to carry around those 5-pound water balloons. But sometimes they burst because there's too much water in them, and that's because it's gone beyond their capacity to hold any water. Another example that I can think of, guys, is when you're holding a bucket, and right as it gets to the brim, or the very highest point of the bucket, the water line is right there at the top. Any other water that would go into it would overflow. That's going beyond its capacity. Okay? The second definition of capacity is also a noun, but just in a different way. So The second definition is the ability or power to do, experience, or understand something. So for this definition, the ability or power to do, experience, or understand something, the simple sentence I came up with was, the professor was impressed by my capacity to solve the difficult math equation. Now for those of you that know me, I love math. So, but it's the ability to comprehend, learn, or experience, or understand a particular phenomenon, idea, or concept. So that's the second definition, just the ability or power to experience, understand something. Okay. So this is our second word, capacity, C-A-P-A-C-I-T-Y. Let's look at our third word. So our third word is the word diligent. It is spelled D-I-L-I-G-E-N-T. Now, just as a before I put the definition down, guys, diligent is one of the most positive characteristics that you can have. So it's an adjective. It describes a noun. So diligent is defined as having or showing care and conscientiousness in one's work or duties. So having or showing care or conscientiousness in one's work or duties. And as I mentioned, guys, this is a very positive characteristic that or quality that you can have. So when you take a lot of pride in what you do, or a lot of pride or care in your work, you're very diligent. Okay, your work or any kind of related idea means a lot to you. Okay. So that is our third word, diligent, D-I-L-I-G-E-N-T. Let's look at our fourth word. Our fourth word is the word elude. And elude is spelled E-L-U-D-E. Elude is, by definition, a verb. So, elude is defined as evade or escape from, danger, an enemy or pursuer, typically in a skillful or cunning way. Okay. So to evade or escape from danger, enemy, or pursuer, typically in a skillful or cunning way. So the sample sentence that I came up with for this word is, the logic of this puzzle eluded a lot of people. Now this one kind of seems a little different from this primary definition, but basically the idea is that it tricked a lot of people, sort of, but it's kind of more on the idea that you can escape from something. So, and this again is our fourth word. It is elude, E-L-U-D-E. Okay. So let's look at our fifth and final word. Okay. So number 5 is going to be the word hazardous. It is spelled Hazardous. Okay, hazardous by definition is going to be an adjective. Again, I'm going to abbreviate that with ADJ. It describes a noun. So it's going to be defined as risky or dangerous. Okay, so the simple sentence that I came up with for this definition is that coal miners work in very hazardous conditions. So their jobs can be very unsafe sometimes. So it presents a very dangerous situation. Okay. So these are our 5 words for the week. Let's look at them as a quick recap again. So these words, we have the words anguish, capacity, diligent, elude, and hazardous. Okay. So number 1, we have anguish, anguish. It is severe mental pain or physical suffering, and it's also defined as to be extremely distressed about something. The second word is capacity, capacity, the maximum amount that something can hold. So remember that water bucket or that water balloon right before it bursts. It also is the ability or power to do, understand, or experience something. Diligent, diligent, it's a very positive characteristic. It means that you show care or conscientiousness towards your work and your duties. To elude is to escape from, usually danger, an enemy, or pursuer in a very skillful or cunning way. And hazardous, last but not least, is hazardous, and it's an adjective that means risky or dangerous. Okay, so these are our 5 words for vocabulary terms practice number 8, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, if you guys have any questions about any of these words, please don't ever hesitate to contact me. I'm more than happy to answer any of those questions for you guys, but please take good care of yourselves, guys, and thank you again so much for watching.